Hello, future star clappers. Welcome. We are so excited to have you on this new journey. My name is Miss Goldman, and I am the school counselor over the CCC EPA students. And I am so sorry that I'm not there with you guys tonight. I'm sure you can hear it in my voice. I am struggling and feeling quite miserable. Trying to put together this video so that you can get some information. But I am so sorry. I apologize in advance for my coughing and sneezing as I'm talking through this video. But welcome. I am so proud of you guys for making it to the audition, through everything. So now let's talk a little bit about what you need to know in regards to scheduling and how to get enrolled here at Pebblebrook High School. I'm sharing my screen. I'm going to cover a few things through this slideshow today. So first and foremost, welcome. We're so glad you are here. We're going to talk a little bit about the enrollment process and what that's going to look like for you guys. And then like what a typical schedule is also going to look like, and then the next steps to answer some questions that you may still have. So if you are sitting in this room listening to this video and you are a current Cobb County School District student, you attend a Cobb County middle school or maybe even a high school, there is nothing else you need to do. You attending today will allow us to enroll you in Pebblebrook High School for next school year. So your attendance today confirms that you're planning to attend CCC EPA, and your name will be given to my registrar so she can flip you over if you're not zoned for Pebblebrook. So let's just say you live in the South Cobb zone, but you've been accepted to CCC EPA. And you're at a middle school here in Cobb County now, we will just go ahead, because you attended tonight, we'll get that list of names and we'll be able to flip you over to Pebblebrook High School for the 23-24 school year. However, if you are not a current Cobb County School District, there is an additional step we need from you. All registration is done online. There is a website called olr.cobbk12.org. So it is olr.cobbk12.org, and it will walk you through the process of what you need to upload. So you'll have to upload certain documents to show your proof of enrollment here in Cobb County. And then once you do that, after you've completed that process, our Pebblebrook High School registrar is Miss Susan Jones. So once you've completed that process, just send Miss Jones an email, susan.jones@cobbk12.org. Let her know that you're attending the CCC EPA and that you've completed the online enrollment process. That way, if once you do that online enrollment, it's going to match you to a high school based on your address. But if you, for example, live in the South Cobb zone, but have been accepted to CCC EPA, she'll be able to then flip you once you're in our system to say Pebblebrook High School, and then I'll be able to put your schedule in place. So once again, current Cobb County School District students, there's nothing you need to do further. I will flip you over to Pebblebrook High School because you attended this evening's event. And if you're a non-Cobb County School District, you do need to complete the enrollment process online at olr.cobbk12.org to complete registration. So let's talk a little bit about scheduling. So I know there might be some students here that are in 10th or going into 11th or maybe even senior year, but I'm going to talk primarily to my 9th graders, since most of my sophomores, juniors, and seniors kind of understand how high school credits work a little bit more. But for incoming 9th graders, just so that you guys understand, Pebblebrook is on a block schedule. So that means you'll have 4 classes. So in my example here, you'll have 4 classes in the fall semester. So that means from August until December. And then you'll come back in January and you'll have 4 new classes. So from January until May, you'll have 4 new classes on your schedule. However, your performing arts classes are a full year commitment. So what that means is you actually earn 2 credits from your PA classes throughout the school year. So you'll get a grade in drama in the fall semester, and you'll get a grade in drama in the spring semester if you're taking drama, for example. So because it's a block scheduling, that means we have 4 classes in our day. So every day, Monday through Friday, you go to 4 classes. Now at 3:30, the bell rings, Pebblebrook High School is released. However, magnet students are required to stay for what's called 5th block. 5th block is an additional training in your major area. So let's just pretend for this example that we're looking at, let's say the student is a drama major and a dance minor. That would mean after 4th period, they would actually go back to drama for additional training training in their major area of study. Um, this is not included on my little schedule here because you don't actually get credit for that. It is a requirement as a part of the Cobb County Center for Performing Arts, but basically, it is additional training, it is a requirement, but it isn't something you earn a credit for. So you don't see it on my schedule as something you'll earn a credit for. So this just shows an example of the different classes that would fit in for a student that might be attending ninth grade at Pebblebrook High School. So what do I absolutely need from you academically wise in your ninth grade year? Your academic recommendations are coming from your current teachers. So Ms. Holcomb, the CCC EPA clerk, has been so graciously reaching out to your middle school counselors and receiving that information. And so your teachers are telling us whether you are up for the honors challenge or if they think you do best on level, excuse me, and then kind of placement for math and science, things like that. So I want to kind of talk to you about what those options are. So in ninth grade, you need to have a ninth grade literature course. So your options for ninth grade literature are either honors or on level. I know some parents might say, what about AP, advanced placement? That's one of the highest level. We do offer AP level English courses. However, that doesn't start till junior year. So there's an AP Lang junior year and an AP literature senior year. But in ninth grade, the highest level you could take would be an honors ninth grade literature. So honors are on level. Now, remember, one of the great things about high school is that you can kind of pick and choose what your strengths are. And when we talk about this ninth grade year, I really want to reiterate the most important thing is balance. Remember, there is a GPA requirement to stay a part of this magnet program. So you don't want to overwhelm yourself. You know, I'm a believer, yes, I want to push my students. I want them to do well, push themselves academically, but I also don't want to push you guys so far that you break. You need to remember that it is your freshman year of high school. You are joining a very rigorous and very demanding performing arts program. You know, you've been accepted to this program. So don't, find that balance. If ninth grade literature is not your strength, if reading and writing, you're like, yeah, I do well, but it's not my favorite. Maybe taking on level in ninth grade is an okay thing for you. And maybe you work to taking honors level in English later on in high school. But that's ninth grade literature. That's the first thing we need. The next class you're going to need in ninth grade is going to be a math class. So there's going to be a couple different options for math. So my students that really need a good, strong foundation before going into algebra, they would take what's called a Foundations of Algebra in the fall semester and an algebra in the spring semester. I would say the majority of our students probably come in and get this full year of math just because high school math builds upon itself. So you want to have that good, strong foundation. So if your eighth grade teacher has recommended you for foundations and algebra, that means you'll have a full year of math in your schedule that will prepare you for geometry, algebra 2, and beyond. If a student is doing really well in eighth grade math, their teacher might recommend them for the Algebra 1 course that is only a semester. So it's not a full year math course, it's just a semester, and we offer that either honors or on level. And then if a student is currently in eighth grade taking an Algebra 1 course for high school credit, then they would start in geometry here at Pebblebrook High School, and we do offer honors or on level in geometry. So once again, we're reaching out to your middle school teachers. A lot of them have already given some information, but we're still, there's a few still kind of trickling in, and so we'll keep you guys posted as soon as I have all those information. But so that is math, your options for math. And then science, students can start with either environmental science, which is a little bit of an easier science. There's no end of course exam with environmental science, or they can start with biology. It's a little bit more challenging of a science, students that really enjoy science, and then biology can either be on level or honors level for that. So those are the three core classes that I absolutely need my ninth graders to take in their schedule. If they do not take one of those, then they'd be off track. They wouldn't be able to move up to the 10th grade. So we need a ninth grade literature, we need one of those math courses, and we need one of those science courses. Now, I know you're saying, Ms. Goldman, what about social studies? Social studies is actually not required in the ninth grade. It is an elective course. So we do offer 2 elective social studies, but they once again only count as elective courses. Because you're in the CCC EPA, you're going to have plenty of elective courses. So if you're interested in taking more, Of course, you can take a world geography, or you can take, this is the first opportunity to take an AP level class. AP are college level courses. So if you're interested in human geography, there is an AP human geography, but once again, it is only an elective, not a requirement for graduation. If you are a student who took a Spanish one or a French one in middle school, I highly recommend that you complete your requirement by taking either Spanish 2 or French 2 in the ninth grade. If you are a student that is doing a major only, ninth grade is a great year to knock out both of your languages. If you're going to do a major only, you could do your Spanish 1 in the fall and your Spanish 2 in the spring, or your French 1 in the fall and French 2, and then be done with your world languages. And you can keep going in high school, but you don't have to. You actually don't need world language to graduate high school, but you do need it to attend a four-year university. So here at the CCCEPA, we encourage all students to take the 2 credits of a world language to keep that door open for you. So I know that was a lot of information. And basically, the biggest thing I want you to take away from this is that I am currently getting all that information. Ms. Holcomb is helping me get it from the middle schools, and you guys are going to receive an email from me, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in next steps. That's going to list the recommendations that your teachers are giving to me for you to put in your schedule. Of course, if a student maybe has been recommended for on level of ninth grade literature and parents, you feel strongly they can handle the higher level, there's actually going to be an option to waive into a higher level class. So you are always welcome to do that. Just understand if you waive into that class, you must stay in that class. So if the class is challenging, there's no option to move back down to the on level. So that kind of is brings me to these next steps, kind of where we are. So you're spending tonight, hopefully you've learned a lot about the performing arts world and the different minors that are available and things like that. Inside your packet, you have a couple different things. So I'm just going to share my screen real quick and open that up. So if you can see, you should have this form, which is your minor elective request form. This needs to be turned in before you leave the student orientation tonight. So please drop it by the welcome table that you stopped at to get your folder. This is going to help me kind of organize your schedule. So I need this information. Are you planning to do a minor in your schedule? Excuse me. Or are you not planning to do a minor, and are you planning to take something else? There is also an elective sheet. These are all the non-PA electives. So I need you guys to understand these options, classes like drama, vocal, dance, technical theater, musical theater, piano, music technology, these are only available to our CCC EPA students. That's you guys here in this room. However, this elective sheet, these are all classes offered at Pebblebrook High School elective-wise. So we have several different programs, things like audio video, business, entrepreneurship, financial services, programming, personal care, culinary arts, ROTC, graphic design, PE classes. These are our foreign language classes, visual arts. So this form, you're going to indicate, okay, here's my plan. I would like to have a minor, but then give me some backups in case I have more room in your schedule. So for example, you want to do a minor and you want to add Spanish, or you want to do no minor and you want to do Spanish and JROTC and graphic arts design. So this, I'm asking you to put 3. Just be aware that not all of these are going to fit into your schedule, but I'd rather have more, and then so that if something doesn't fit in, I have options to choose from. And then you're going to give me the best contact information. Who checks their email the most? Who's the easiest? And that's why, because once I get all this information, you're going to get an email from me that's going to say, hey, Joe Schmo, welcome to CCCEPA. Here are the classes that are going to be in Joe Schmo's schedule. It's not going to be your official schedule, but it's going to be the 8 classes that are going to fit somewhere in their schedule. And at that time is how we're going to be able to make changes. So for example, like I said, if a student wants to waive into a higher level, maybe your 8th grade teacher recommended you for 9th grade literature, but you're ready for the challenge of honors 9th grade literature, then you'd be able to use that opportunity to turn in a waiver form for me so I can bump you up to the honors. So all that information will be sent out prior to May 5th. So if you don't hear from me by May 5th, please reach out to me. Of course, I'm kind of giving a little bit extra time. I'm hoping to finish it prior to May 5th, but that's at least a good start. The kind of the latest date you would hear from me would be May 5th. So, but I need this information to be able to further your schedule. Um, so that's just a little bit information there. The final thing I wanted to talk about is obviously, I know you might have more questions. And of course, you've had a night full of information and things, and you might be leaving with your head spinning. So I wanted to provide a live session for everybody if you have more questions. So I'm going to hold an open virtual session to answer any additional questions. It is not required to attend. It's going to be Tuesday, April 25th at 6:30 p.m. Let me just go back there to save the date so you can see it. It's going to be on Tuesday, April 25th from 6:30 to 7:30. You can pop in at any time. Sorry about that. It's going to be, you can pop in anytime between 6:30 and 7:30. There is going to be a link, a flyer that you're going to receive that's in your folder. It looks a little bit like this. You can either join the meeting by scanning the bit.ly at the time of the meeting or by going to this website. This little website here, or the QR code will get you access to the meeting there. So like I said, let me go back a little bit, a couple things I was going to cover. So the biggest thing I need from you tonight is to do this minor elective request form. Please make sure you turn that in at the welcome desk as soon as you get back. And the final thing I'm going to leave you with is a lot of people ask me questions about, hey, can my student take something online prior to starting high school? And they can take Cobb Virtual Academy or Georgia Virtual School. There is a tuition fee associated with these. But usually, typically, a good class prior to coming into Pebblebrook High School is like the CVA health class. It would be a half credit, which would mean 275. It is not required for you to take this before you start Pebblebrook, but if somebody wants to get ahead and take something that they need for graduation, students have to take health and personal fitness. You can take both online this summer if you would want to. If you are a dancer, you can get personal fitness for free. So I wouldn't recommend a dancer taking it online this summer and paying for it when you can get it with your dance class. However, if it is something that you want to take online, and if you have more questions about these online classes, please tune into my live session. I'll answer any questions you guys have about that. All right. Thank you guys for your patience with me. I know I'm feeling miserable and I hope I made sense with all this information. I'm so excited to get to know you guys. Welcome to the CCC EPA, and we'll talk soon. Take care. Bye.